back to companies behaving badly, where we expose corporate negligence so you don't have to trust them blindly. This week, Pfizer and their birth control shot, Depo-Provera. For decades, it was marketed as simple. One injection, 3 months of birth control. But new research and over 1,200 lawsuits say the full risks weren't disclosed. Depo-Provera has been around since the 70s. Around 24.5% of sexually active women in the US have used it at some point. So when new research shows that long-term use may significantly increase the risk of brain tumors, the question becomes, who knew and when? All right, don't worry. We made these ourselves and fact-checked everything. Sources are linked below. Let's see what we're working with.
Hey, I'm Depo-Provera. You might know me. One little shot, good for 3 months. Easy, right? My job? Pump your system full of synthetic progesterone. Stops eggs, thickens mucus, the usual birth control stuff. But here's the fun part. I'm made of medroxyprogesterone acetate, a synthetic progesterone. And you know where progesterone receptors are? Not just in your reproductive system, babe. They're in your brain, too. So prolonged exposure to me, high-dose synthetic progesterone, might just encourage a little tumor growth. Meningiomas, slow-growing, could take years to notice. Side effects may include severe headaches, vision problems, speech problems, seizures, and lead to, oh yeah, brain surgery. But don't worry, you'll find out about all this eventually. See you in 3 months.
Sorry, what? So this drug works by pumping synthetic hormones into your body. Those hormone receptors exist in the brain, and some brain tumors literally respond to progesterone. And we're just finding out now? Cool. Love modern medicine.
Depo-Provera contains medroxyprogesterone acetate, a synthetic hormone that mimics progesterone. Here's how it works. It stops ovulation, thickens cervical mucus, and alters the uterine lining. But progesterone receptors also exist in the brain. Some meningiomas, slow-growing brain tumors, are hormone-sensitive. That means prolonged exposure to high-dose synthetic progesterone may encourage tumor growth. If you've used Depo-Provera and been diagnosed with a brain tumor, consult a doctor and consider legal options. Reported symptoms include headaches, vision or speech problems, seizures, and in some cases, brain surgery or radiation. In 2024, a study published in the BMJ found that women who used Depo-Provera for more than 4 years were up to 5 times more likely to develop meningiomas.
5 times more likely after 4 years of use. Study came out in 2024. The drug's been on the market since the 70s. So what was Pfizer doing for 50 years? Just hoping nobody would notice? Oh, but other countries noticed. Canada added meningioma warnings years before the US. Europe, too. American patients got their warning in December 2025. We got it last. But this doesn't stop at medical risk. It also raises a question. Who carried that risk the most?
According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, use of Depo-Provera has not been evenly distributed. CDC data shows 41.2% of Black women, 27.2% of Hispanic women, 20.3% of white women, and 7.1% of Asian women have used the injectable, and that disparity isn't random. Depo-Provera was denied FDA approval 3 times in the 1970s and 80s due to cancer concerns in animal studies. During that same period, it was tested on low-income Black women without full informed consent. Many participants were not informed about risks or potential side effects. So when a drug with this history shows serious risks decades later, and the US warning comes last, the women most affected are the same ones who were least protected to begin with.
Yeah. Let me summarize what we just learned. 1. Pfizer's been selling a drug for 50 years that increases brain tumor risk. 2. They knew hormone receptors were in the brain. They knew meningiomas are hormone-sensitive. And they didn't warn US patients until December 2025, years after other countries. 3. The women who use this drug the most, 41% of black women, are the same women who were used as test subjects without informed consent back when the FDA kept rejecting it for cancer risks. And now there are over 1,200 lawsuits in federal court asking who knew and when did they know it. This isn't about banning birth control, it's about informed consent and who gets access to it. So when warnings come late, the harm doesn't fall evenly either. The same communities historically given the least protection are once again carrying the most risk. Bellwether trials are coming. More evidence is emerging. And more women are asking, why did the warning come last? If you want actual sources, peer-reviewed studies, CDC data, court documents, the stuff that's not from TikTok, if you've been impacted by the drug, check the description, because we did our homework, unlike Pfizer.